Hey Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm good. My name's Savannah. I will be working with you while we try to address everything that's been going on. Did you find it okay?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Very good directions.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you're here today. Before we get into anything major, I do want to talk to you a little bit about confidentiality. Do you know anything about confidentiality?
No, not really.
Okay, it basically has a lot to do about your privacy. So it's important to me that you're able to share what's going on and that you know I will keep the information that you share completely confidential. So that means I will not discuss anything that we talk about outside of this office. But there are just a few limits to that. Um, so I'm obligated to share any reports of child abuse, elder abuse, or abuse to a disabled person. So if you share something like that with me, then I will have to report that to um, whoever we need to get some more help in that situation. Um, it, yeah, so do you have any questions about that?
No, I like the idea that it doesn't have to go any further than the office unless it's something serious. So
Okay. And then the only other part of that is if you have intentions to harm someone else, like you made a plan to hurt them, um, or you feel that you're suicidal and you are going to hurt yourself, um, that is something else that I would have to get someone involved in our situations. But other than that, um, nothing that we talk about will go outside of this room. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Okay. So I know we're not gonna have a lot of time to talk about um, or go deeper into some of the major issues that brought you here, but I do want to talk about like the agenda and how our sessions are gonna go. So for today, we'll talk about some of the expectations that you want to get out of your sessions, and then we'll do a mood check just to kind of see how you are. And then we can talk a little bit about your problems and figure out some goals that we want to accomplish while you are here with me. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the kind of therapy that we're going to be doing. And then we'll just kind of wrap it up. I might give you some little experiments or assignments, and then I will ask you to kind of give me some feedback about how you think today went. Does that sound okay?
yep, sounds fine to me.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
No, not right offhand.
Okay. Yeah, and if as we go, if you feel that you do want to add something, just let me know.
Okay.
And we will work that out. So, could you tell me a little bit about yourself and why you're here?
Well, I've been going through some anxiety. I've I've got this new job promotion coming up, and I'm real worried about how it's going to go. And the main fear is that if I'm going to be good enough for this promotion,
Right.
being over people and making making decisions and making sure they're the right decisions. It's kind of weighing on the back of my mind. So
sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, I'm very nervous about it.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Like, I'm glad you're here, and that's something that we can definitely work on and figure out ways to maybe decrease that. So, when you are, let's say, in those situations where you're really thinking about all that responsibility, what is your mood on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is not at all worried or anxious, and 10 is the most anxious you've ever been?
I'd say it's a good 7 to 8.
Okay. And I hope as we continue this process that number decreases. So that is one of the goals. Um, so you said that you feel that you're not going to be able to handle all of these responsibilities. Would you say that's right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you feel that way, what are some of the emotions that you feel during that time?
I'm just kind of scared and worried. Mainly just if I'm going to do it right, if I get this promotion, I want to do a good job at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Right. So you said that your emotions are scared and worried.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about some of the thoughts that go through your head when you are feeling those emotions?
I just get kind of down, like I don't have the confidence
Mm-hmm.
to do it. Just because I want to do a good job and keep moving up the ladder, but I don't want to do anything that will cause it to cost us money or anything in that situation. Like I want to do a good job at it, and I just worry that I won't.
Right. Is there any evidence that those thoughts are true? Like, for example, is there any evidence that you have not been able to hold responsibility or you have failed at leadership?
I guess part of the problem would be paying attention. I guess
Okay.
getting making sure everything's in line like it needs to be.
Has anything has anything happened that you fear? Has it happened before in another job?
Yeah. At my last job, basically the same thing was happening, and I couldn't get every task that they asked me to get done, and it just really looked bad on my part.
Okay.
And that's what I worry about.
So
I feel like I can do the job. It's just I worry about getting sidetracked. And
so would you say that time management is something that you would want to work on?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that kind of brings us to some of the other goals. So we have time management, and obviously you're here to kind of like work out your anxiety. But is there something else besides time management and reducing your anxiety that you kind of want to work on? Just like some very like broad goals, and as we continue, we'll get like more specific.
No, not really.
Okay, well, I know like this first session we go through a whole lot. So if you do think of anything throughout, just let me know. We can definitely add that.
Okay.
So I do want to tell you a little bit about the type of therapy that we're going to be doing. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, as I will reference it a lot just because it's shorter. But what CBT aims to do is to challenge your thoughts in order to change your feelings, so we change your behaviors. Like, so for example, I asked you about how you feel, and like how you feel when you are thinking that you're not going to be good enough, and you told me that you felt worried. So sometimes we see that your behaviors can come off in an anxious way. So in order to change your behaviors, we are going to work on identifying those thoughts that contribute to your anxious emotions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So, can you? So far we talked about our expectations of what you want to accomplish and some goals, and we talked about some of the problems that you've been having at work. Can you do another mood check and tell me, after we've talked about these problems, where you are on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, I definitely like talking about it. It makes me feel a lot better. Probably down to a 4.
Okay, good. That means that although we haven't really gotten too far, that the process is, working. So, how do you think today went? Like, what went right or what didn't you like?
I really like that, that you understand what's going on and can put me in the right direction. Um, I still have a little bit of worry, but I feel like talking about it and having these sessions is going to make it better.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So, before the next session, I want to give you an experiment of sorts to where you just kind of journal, but it's not really like an everyday journal. Whenever you're feeling these emotions of anxiety or overwhelmed, I want you to write down what you're thinking about at that time. So even if it's not job related, like just anything that makes you feel worried, I want you to write down what's going on and like your thought process. Is that something that you could do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you next time. Thank you for coming in.